It is one issue at a time in the country. It is either we are hearing from the presidency or from the streets. But the fact is that in the country, the issues never finish. And of course, we are human beings. Today, I bring you another exciting one as I welcome you to the program once again, Talking Politics. And then the issue we are talking about today is perhaps the hottest. If it were when Twitter was Twitter, it will be trending in millions by now. But I hope it is also doing that. Well, we are discussing the issue of the ban, if you like, suspension of Twitter in Nigeria by the presidency. Somebody was asking me the other time if there was a difference between the president and presidency. But like a famous politician once said, who is the presidency? On this note, I welcome you once again to the program Talking Politics right here on Pinnacle TV Online. My name is Collins Osai, and I cannot deal with this issue alone. I've got a very resourceful person who will take the constitutional aspects of this issue of Twitter ban and throw more light so that we can equally learn very well from it. My guest on this program today is Barrister Robert Igbinedion. He's a barrister and solicitor of the Supreme Court of Nigeria, and he's also a human rights activist. I want to welcome you so much to this program.
Yeah,
sir.
Thank you so much for having me. Viewers, thank you so much too.
Welcome
For being on the show.
Yes, let me start by, should I congratulate you as your Twitter being suspended or banned? Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. No, just start with that. Answer that question.
Okay, well, my Twitter have not been suspended. My Twitter is
Or did you
working.
pass through VPN?
My Twitter, I didn't need to pass through VPN. My Twitter is still working. I can prove that. Yes, my Twitter account is still working.
We will ask you how, and then
Okay.
maybe if we are unable to suspend your Twitter, we might suspend it from this country. Anyway, so welcome to the program, viewers, and this is how we do it all the time. So, Barrister,
Yes.
let's hit the issue now. Let's look at the ban. The ban of Twitter on some in some government circular from the presidency, you see suspension, others say ban.
Yeah.
But whichever name and nomenclature it takes,
Yes.
The presidency has taken an action.
Yeah.
Now, let's look at this ban. Constitutionally speaking, you are a lawyer.
Yeah.
Has the president done something outrageous to cause this outcry all over the country and even beyond?
Well, there are several ways to look at it. The first and the best is to say, is his action constitutional? You know, and that will take you to Section 39 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, which guarantees free speech, which guarantees free medium to express yourself, you know, which even foresaw, although the Constitution was even written before Twitter, you know, and all these means of communication came about, but it has since guaranteed those rights that you should have a right to hold opinion, to express it through any means you are able to find yourself. Now, you now have this ban for such a medium, which a good number of Nigerians rely on to express themselves. It's an affront to the constitutional provision. Such an order is an affront to the constitutional provision, and I believe is null and void. So I would call it, even till this moment, an alleged ban. An alleged ban, because you only exercise the powers which you have powers to. Which law did he cite? Which law have any of them cited in giving them power to which law?
Well, even though
or constitutional provision,
even though no law has been cited,
or constitutional provision,
they are stating the fact, or they are saying or alleging that Twitter and the tweeting community and the social media in general,
yes,
is almost causing a havoc in the country. That is in fact that's lots of comments and all of that.
I on the issue of whether it is causing a havoc or not, is it not obvious that it was because Mr. President had issues with Twitter? That was why. How long did it take for them to delete his tweet before the ban came out? Was it up to 24 hours?
The Minister of Information and Culture, Mr. Lai Mohammed, yesterday has also cleared the fact that it wasn't about the Mr. President's tweet. That whatever was done in the interest of the country.
Wait a moment. I just asked you a question. I said, how long was I should be answering the question, but I'm kind of putting it back to you now. From the time with which the President's tweet was deleted to the time with which this alleged suspension or alleged ban was supposedly put into effect, what was the distance? Less than 24 hours. Now, just before that 24 hours, the President is on Twitter. In fact, the alleged ban was even announced here.
On Twitter.
It was announced on Twitter. The alleged ban was announced on Twitter. The President is on Twitter. His wife is on Twitter. His children are on Twitter.
Everybody.
His vice president is on Twitter.
Yeah.
All the agencies of his government are still on Twitter. Okay, all the arms of government are still on Twitter, up to down to local government levels. They are on Twitter. 40 million Nigerian active Twitter users on Twitter. Then it is because he had issues with them because they deleted his post. No meeting held. No debate in the second arm of government. No debate in the second arm of government. No debate in public space. Then unilaterally he said he has banned. It's not for him to say. That's why some provisions have been cashed out. It's for situations like this that you see provisions are written down in the Constitution. It could have been maybe put as a policy or over time that, oh no, you don't ban Twitter or you don't affect people. No, it is to protect a situation like this. That was why it has been codified.
Talking about the freedom of free speech.
Yeah, freedom of speech. That's why it is codified in the Constitution. That's why it is codified in African Charter of Human and People's Rights. That's why it is codified in Universal Declaration of Human Rights. That's why it is codified in those laws, so that you don't just step in, and trample upon people's basic freedom.
Because we are just looking at this Twitter and social media as in the area of freedom of expression. It goes beyond that. It's also an avenue for people to survive. People make a living from it.
Of course.
And now it seems as though the presidency is throwing away both the baby and the bathwater.
Wait a moment. During the lockdown, many people earn their living on through social media. You're able to advertise your goods and services. You're able to tell people what you do.
Order for food
and everything, and it comes to you. And you just from nowhere you lock it down. It's not like you wouldn't have been able to do it. You could have, but
through the normal process,
and except for the clear constitutional provision which bars you from acting in such. And if you were to act, the Constitution says such action is what? Null and void and of no effect whatsoever. It doesn't matter whether it comes from although we are all mere mortals, we are all Nigerian citizens. We are all, yes, he's the first citizen, but we are all men Nigerian citizens, and he is the first. But it doesn't matter whether it comes from the first citizen or not. If the action is unconstitutional, it's as good as it never happened. In fact, you could even find yourself paying damages for resorting in an unconstitutional act.
But what the question would be is that now we are just having this chat here, and lots of chats about the Twitter ban has been going on across the country and even beyond. But has any steps, lawyers like you, has anybody approached the court for further interpretation of this obvious?
Well, gentlemen, let's not put the cat before the horse. In due course, you will know whether somebody will approach court or somebody who has not approached court. Let's just watch and see. Let's keep our gunpowder dry on that point. I don't want to say I'm going to take a step, but let's keep our gunpowder dry. You will hear from us.
Because we mentioned court, let me also remember the issue of prosecution.
The Attorney General.
Mr. Malami, said he has ordered the prosecution of those who use a VPN to bypass then go ahead with Twitter.
That also raises the issue of the thinking process of these people. The problem is that these people are immune. They are immune in the sense of
immune from thinking,
from reality.
Okay.
Yeah, from reality.
Immune from reality.
Because basic law. Yeah, from reality. Because basic law will tell you authorities are bound It's not, no matter how, it was in Waka versus Ajegbu, no matter how bad an action is, if adultery does not constitute an offense, it's not an offense. No matter how abhorrible it is, no matter how you feel about it, except there is a law stating the crime, declaring that the crime
penalty
and the penalty prescribed therein. It's not about adultery, has committed adultery. So no, except there is a law making it a crime and the penalty prescribed. Section 36 of the Constitution. Do you understand? Section 8 of the Constitution of Nigeria makes it abundantly clear. None shall be arrested, prosecuted, sent to jail, except for an act which at the time it happened, the penalty has been prescribed. And if afterward you cannot even be given a more penalty than the penalty that was prescribed as at the time that the action happened. So, and this man is saying, you arrest anybody. That also brings me, because
but it belongs to your very learned profession. Do we now say he's not aware of this section?
I use the word immune from reality. I use the word immune. It's not. Yeah, you are a lawyer, but if you are immune, if you begin to talk like you no longer have a copy of the Constitution with you. If you begin to talk like you've never seen the copy of the Constitution, then, well, what will I call you other than the fact that you are immune from reality? Do you understand now? The point is it just to arrest and prosecute? Do you even know there are effects? People have, I personally has gotten damages personally for malicious prosecution. No, for breach of fundamental rights in resulting from unlawful arrest. For unlawful arrest, just for detention, I've gotten damages in millions from the police, for instance. Now, talk less of, I've also witnessed cases of people getting damages for because if you detain somebody, you must justify it in law. 2, if you prosecute somebody, you must also justify it. If you don't justify it, the person can come back. The unlawful arrest, you entitled to damages, public apology. Malicious prosecution, entitled to damages, public apology. So let him just make his word, and let them there take anybody up, and let's talk about what happened.
For us to round up on that, we also recall that major or very prominent, especially Christian leaders, general overseers of churches, they have gone ahead and they are tweeting and they are saying, I want to quote the one of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, who said that such a ban clearly violates Article 19 of the United
Yes, and they were talking, and of course it's obviously a violation of the law. But another point to look at is on whose interest was the ban made.
Good. We are told it's in the nation's interest. That this does not have anything to do with the president or presidency.
Okay, now, in nation's interest. Yes. Okay, now, at what point, who advised him? At what point did he not get advice that this Twitter is sabotaging the national interest? Or the president of Twitter? Now, because he's been on Twitter, I mentioned that before. His wife is on Twitter.
As a matter of fact, he came on board through the support of handles like Twitter.
Yes, he came on board. Even maligned the former administration through Twitter. So, at what point is it just under 2 minutes? Under 2 minutes, what has Twitter done in that 2 minutes that they have not been doing before? That suddenly, so a platform that your wife is on. In fact, it was even banned already before the wife went to remove us. That means the wife has even committed an offense.
It also relates that the president of the United States, the immediate past president, Donald Trump, was banned for life or something.
The point is, these people do not even understand power. They don't understand power. They just believe that if you can boot somebody and kick the person, that means you are strong. You are weak. You are weak. I've always looked at. My brother, I've practiced law. I've lived and practiced law in the United Kingdom, and I tell you that a nuclear-armed nation will come to protesters, and they and protesters will be pushing at each other. A nuclear-armed nation
who could crush you in a matter of seconds.
Nuclear-armed. Them and protesters will not be using tear gas. Not even tear gas.
The shield.
The shield. Nuclear-armed. Power is control. If you have no control over power, you are as good as powerless. If you have no control over power, you are good at powerless. Trump, for instance, he could have even carried his family members and go and bundle Twitter office.
Yes.
Or go and burn it down or whatever. But
or at worst ban it in the US.
Or ban it as we are talking about
because
now.
we want to copy countries like the United States.
You wouldn't want to do that, not because you couldn't do it, because there is a control mechanism within you as a person. Before you talk about even the administration, before you talk about the checks and balances of government, control mechanism within you as a person. What do I do? What is the best interest? Yes, this person has angered me. How do I manage myself? And get over it. You have been using this at least you have sent out, I don't want to say thousands of tweets. You have sent out thousands of tweets. Then now, because just one is deleted, not like your account was blocked though.
Yeah.
Suddenly in less than 24 hours, the organization is suspended from the country. It's lack of control of power, which is powerlessness. Which is powerlessness.
Well, if we can go on, but I want to. You have a point to round up.
Yeah, talking about whether the action was done in public or in private interest.
Yes.
It's obvious. It's obvious that it was done in private interest. It was for his personal gain, because he had a personal issue, not because Nigeria has issue with Twitter. Were there any form of trending of complaints? The president have issued a complaint against Twitter and the thing is trending? None.
And considering the number of
people, 40 million users on Twitter, now you have a personal issue, a personal quarrel with Twitter, then you ban it from the use of Nigerians, millions upon hundreds of millions
ask
of Nigerians.
Media houses to remove their
handle. Now that even raises the point is, has the president even breached his oath of office? Has he committed an impeachable offense? Because if you act, even because the foundation of your assumption of office is for you to take an oath of office. And when you take an oath of office, you will swear that you will not allow your personal interest to affect your decision making in public interest. All decisions must be made in public interest, not even for your own personal interest. Obviously, such action of that magnitude were made merely for self-preservation and for personal interest, and in my view, it has reached to the level of an impeachable offense against the president.
By the way, that's a very heavy one. Anyways, we want to thank you. We could go on and on, but of course, time is a friend to no one. And so I want to especially thank you for being here with us.
Thank you so much.
And to share your intelligence on this very topic. It continues. The discussion is on and on and on. But until we come your way again, I want to thank you so much, Barrister Robert Ibinedion.
Thank you so much, Osai.
Barrister and Solicitor of the Supreme Court of Nigeria and a human rights activist. Please keep up the good work.
Thank you so
much. To you, our dear viewers at home, I want to thank you so very much for staying with us here on Pinnacle Televisions. And Talking Politics will continue and on and on and on. Thank you for being with us. Collins Osai is my name once again. Have a very great day. Bye.
24 hours, 7 days a week.
For more exciting, educative, and entertaining programs such as Law and You, Talk Politics, Entertainment Gist, Relationship Talk, and other programs, keep watching Pinnacle TV. You can watch, like, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Pinnacle TV Online. You can also visit our website at www.pinnacletv.com. Follow us on Facebook at Pinnacle TV Online or call us on 081 546 99989. Pinnacle TV, top quality broadcasting.